Okay, so what is this current war about? What is it about? Okay, so let's talk about those things because people seem to not be able to grasp it. Okay, war, war is traditionally as always, and it actually continues to be a wealthy man's game. It always is, always. That never changes. Okay, so what's the current one about? What's the current one about? A big portion of it is about monetizing the orange guy. That would be me. That's a big portion of it. It's about selling my stuff, stealing semen, and stealing my intellectual property. That's a big portion of this, especially U.S. That is why they keep getting their stuff blown up because they're obsessed with stealing me, my stuff, and in controlling me. And I keep blowing them up even more, and I'll do so again tomorrow because it's always the same dumb shit every day. So that's how they keep getting all their stuff blown up. Because three times I've worked on leaving the country. Three times I've not succeeded in leaving the country. So we say, look, let's duke it up, and we blow them up. We fucking blow them up. They've lost maybe 3 million, maybe 3 million. That's my estimation. Maybe more by now, actually. Tomorrow we're gonna blow more stuff up when they put more shit at me. So that's a big part of it. Now, the main ones of that I would call them retard subnations that keep sending the subs on really loud. The other one known, there's other ones that I don't know about, but this other one known is China. China's also doing, they stole semen, made a bunch of babies, okay, made a bunch of babies. That's not gonna fly. They all got killed. That ain't gonna fly. Okay, so that's been a big portion of war is of this war is monetizing me, and I've as much as I've worked on the process, I've been able to break down most of it, but not all of it actually. So we've been continuing work on that. Now, the control aspect ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna fucking happen. The U.S. will keep getting their stuff blown up. That ain't gonna fucking happen. Okay, so there's that. There's that. They're gonna get more blown up tomorrow. But I guarantee it. They're gonna like, look, let's point more shit at them. And I'll wake up and they'll be pointing more shit at me, and then they get blown. And then we go on and and so on and so forth until they don't have anything left. Basically, is what it seems to be at the moment. So look, another part about war is weapons sales. It's about weapons sales. Okay, look. So if you have a ship, okay, you have a ship, it gets blown up because we've blown up a lot of ships and submarines. Okay, U.S. and China specifically, U.S. have a lot of ships and submarines. Okay, every time they blow it up, another one can get sold, right? So they sell more. We can sell more product if those ones get blown up. That's a problem. Always a fucking problem. Okay, so that's been an ongoing thing, working on breaking that down as well, right? We say, look, stop buying them, stop buying them, stop. They do it anyways, of course. Okay, fixed accounting. Look, they're going to go figure out how to steal more money. It's always the same. We've been working on breaking that down again. Okay, so we've slowed the process, but unable, especially the U.S., been unable to stop it actually. So that's why the submarines keep selling. Even though there's so many submarine planes that have been blown up in the U.S., there's still like the occasional more that slipped under the radar, basically. And there's that again. And they make more. Look, we can sell more. We can sell more. How are you going to get it? Well, we stole the money. We stole the money from wherever it was this time. And then bought more submarines. We just stole the submarines. It's fucking wild. Next up, the other one is steel and part sales. That's what's happening in the U.S. as well. So you're like, look, you got your ship blown up. We can sell you more steel. Then you can make more ships. Now we can make more money. It's about money. You can make more money with the more stuff getting blown up. Especially when you fucking point at me, it gets blown up fast, and then you can say, look, we can sell them more stuff and then make more. It's if you haven't noticed one thing we've overlooked is the life lost. We've overlooked that portion of the life lost. So do all the retards. It's fucking wild. They keep doing it over and over and over and over again. So look, I've done everything I can to preserve the U.S. infrastructure, but again and again, the U.S. keep pointing the dumb shit at me. So then I start blowing it up. Like, look, on the U.S. in particular, I've worked very actively on preserving the infrastructure here and not blowing it up. It's very easy. Actually, say, look, okay, that one's done. That really easy. Okay, so another one, obsession. It's politicians and top of military, U.S. in particular, and actually China is definitely part of that, and some of the other nations. Okay, look, they have this perceived growth or growth in power, right? So you have more power, right? More power. Okay, if the nation controls more territory, it must have more power, right? That's the basic idea. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Here's why. Subjugated people will never benefit the nation that's subjecting you. They will always cost more in policing, in uprisings, and workaround. They will always do the same thing. It doesn't work. But the retards will still try to do the same thing over and over again anyways. And also, why fucking bother? Why not just leave them the fuck alone? That's always a legit question. Why not just leave? Look, we could just leave them alone. No, we don't want to fucking do that. Let's go ahead and start shit. Let's start some more. Then they fucking do. They start more shit. Okay, so those things, all those things, there's broken incentives. There's broken incentives in war. Okay, there's broken incentives. The U.S. in particular, because of the greed that's prevalent. It's prevalent of the entire nation. It's nonstop between the items getting sold, soldiers getting bought, monetization of Orange Guy, nonstop. You can basically there's the stealing of trash plans and stealing from me, and every second of every day there's a new plan made. It's fucking wild. Every second of every day there's a new plan. Someone else is working on stealing stuff from me. And Orange Pink for that matter. And Orange Guy, he says, nope, that ain't gonna work. Ain't gonna fucking work. So this is what I've been working on. This is why. Why does it continue? What is the point? What is the not? And look, the U.S. is going to continue tomorrow and blow more stuff up tomorrow. Just like with the submarines at the moment. Right? So on and on we go. Right? They're like, look, we messed up. We messed up the side of his face. And he's successfully wrecking the entire country, but they'll do it again anyways. Okay, the U.S. has lost a lot of value of its currency. Okay, the products that they buy now are much more expensive. We blew up some seaports today. We've sunk the entire U.S. Navy. There's no occasional ship and submarine left. Unfortunately, too many. I just see the side of my face. We've blown up almost the entire Navy. And still they continue. We've blown up all their international bases. They don't have international bases anymore. They still continue. So basically, and also they've lost one state for sure, and I don't know about Alaska, but probably Alaska, because I'm always blocked from information. Probably Alaska too. The ones that voted out, they're out. They've lost those states. Those are new nations now. At least Hawaii, I know for sure. At least I can tell you that for sure. They're out. I guarantee it. Okay, and what was the point of that? Was to slow the U.S. down in the Pacific, because they won't fucking stop. So they lost their international bases. They've been slowed down in the Pacific, and probably tomorrow we'll go back to blowing more stuff to slow them down even more. So how does this finish? Each day, working on the retards will work on breaking the U.S. infrastructure, breaking. China has done the same thing, but not quite as much as breaking infrastructure, like breaking the power lines and transmission and power plant type things, just to create emissions. The solution is going to be more destruction at this juncture because look. I've been working on getting out. Actively been working on getting out for, I don't know, what is it, 6 months now? 6 months actively working on leaving. And I'll leave. I'll be leaving. That's for sure. I don't give a shit how much US gets blown up in the process. I'll be leaving. So those are why we continue with the foolishness, and eventually I'll be leaving. I'll be fucking leaving. Now, Alaska, I've been working on cleaning up Alaska because that's clearly a step to leaving. Whether or not I return, we'll see how I feel about it later. First, I'm going to be leaving and taking lovely Robin with me. So go fuck yourselves, US. I'm going to continue blowing you up till tomorrow. And tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day, until I'm fucking gone. And I have no problem with it at all. That's all I have to say.